Previously on T-Man 978.
The Sith lightning in effect right there. You can kind of, since he's pegged down there, and these wrap around, you can kind of use that to balance them up, to get them into like a wobbly pose like I have them in right now.
T-Man 978 Chill Review.
Hello everyone, T-Man 978. Thanks to my friend Matt Partsformer, I'm reviewing New Age The Legendary Heroes 60W Mimic, or 60B, well, and 60B Nightcrawler, who I have not messed with. Anywho, this is a Legend Scale Transformers Animated Universe Wasp in like a shattered glass Windcharger. Here's this on the side right here. Here's that on, or this on this side. Let's turn that back around. And here's this on the back. They have him fighting Bumblebee. Here's this on the top. And here's this on the bottom. Now, Windcharger is G1 Windcharger, just shattered glass colors. I don't know, I'm guessing this is what he would look like in shattered glass. Wasp is a Cybertronian from the Transformers Animated world that had the same body mold as Bumblebee. They both were trying to get recruited into the Autobot Elite Guard, and then things went wrong. Inside, besides the two robots who are in vehicle mode, you get two little accessories for, and I'm gonna keep forgetting his name, Nightcrawler, and Wasp, who is Mimic. I'm gonna be Wasp and Windcharger, basically. Nightcrawler, Windcharger. Yeah, he only gets one accessory, which is disappointing to me, to be honest. Bumblebee, and he typically used both hands to shoot those little blasters. But you also get the fold-out instructions. That's really for the Windcharger. They didn't change anything. This gun is tiny. I'm going to let you see that right there. And this one is like the little stinger. It's mostly like a block with a handle inside and what looks like a screw-type design. That's the stinger that Bumblebee and Wasp had. It's only covered on one side, so they could have did a reverse mold for this for the other hand, but they didn't. Here is the Nightcrawler. They have pinned wheels. It mostly has paint in the front, that purple paint. Well, the whole thing is painted, to be honest. So let me just say that this all has to be full paint. If it's not, that's some really good plastic. And here's this, what it looks like on the bottom. You see the top of his face. The Wasp looks like this. It's more distinct than the front, but neither one of them have any like tail-like detail. Here's what he looks like on the bottom. They roll well with their pinned wheels, as you can imagine. I have New Age Cosmos and New Age Prowl in their vehicle modes. As you can see, they do not scale at all with Prowl. They are tiny. I mean, I guess you could say they, depending on how this spaceship is, they scale well with Cosmos there, but that's about that. So, yeah, this Prowl is already tiny. It's like Hot Wheel size almost. Here's something I have in the room. Here's Core Class Bumblebee right there. So, yeah, this Core Class could fit in with Prowl. But these things are tiny. They're basically Micromaster size. Transformation is decently simple to an extent. But let's see if I can remember this, because it's been a couple days. But basically we need to get this away from there and this away from there. Okay. Now we should be able to like start splitting right there. So we can kind of start, we'll get that out the way and get things going in this direction right here. Once we like get it out like this, we can start bringing things back in this direction right here. And now back here, we can fold that in and bring this back like that. Bring this back and bring the wheel flat. And now this right here, we can close that down and basically bring that up into that position. So now we have like basically one leg done. Let's do that on this side. Bring it out so that we can bring it down. But then this needs to rotate separately of this piece back here, which is the back of the car. Basically get it into a position. Let me show it from this angle. Get it into a position like this. Now this can rotate back and bring that up. This can come down, and then this piece folds behind that. Now this windshield transformed on its own is basically like this, but we can get it out the way, but we need to split this, and now this part needs to come up. So basically an easier way is you can start moving it, but once you grab a hold of this, we need to bring that up so that we can clear this. They warn that you can scrape up the paint otherwise. On the underside of that, the hand is there. Fold out the hand and wrap these two hinges around, basically. Let's do that over here. Basically grabbing on this and trying to pull it forward without popping the arm off. Bring that forward, bring the hand out, and wrap this around that. These side panels, basically as you're bringing the arm out, you can shove them into the body. Rotate the arms and bring them down where the wheels are on the outside. The head is looking at you like that. Rotate the head around and bring it straight. The back, we got these two little nub things right there. We need to move it down a bit so I can clear that, and then flip it until it's sitting on his back, and we can rotate his waist around. And basically, get things to your liking. Rotate the arms around, of course, till those hinges are in the front. And now it's a full robot. It should be able to stand up. There we go. This does the same thing. Now here they are in their robot modes. Tiny, tiny things. They're barely, I don't even know if they're 2 inches. But, yeah, you know what, they are 2 inches because they're the same height as that Bumblebee. Here is the Nightcrawler. Looking just like the cartoon Windcharger. Really good. Let's see if I can zoom in on his face a little bit more. And brighten things up because he is darker. There we go. Good Windcharger face, especially at this scale. It is nuts. Look at my pinky. That is a tiny head sculpt, and they were able to do this. But the hands, everything's fully closed in. It is solid. Like there is like no waffling at this tiny, tiny scale. Everything is covered and solid for the most part. Even the back of his head. Look at that. Wasp, all that solidness, just a different color. You have the waspinator-y leg colorings, or what they put in there to make you think about it. The head is definitely Animated Universe Wasp all the way. Like all the way. This was just a mouth plate, but once he got like mutated or turned techno-organic, he had the mandible like on Beast Wars. But nice. Here they are in a pose example and with their weapons. Now with Wasp, you have a choice. Wasp only has that cover on that one side. So you could put it on the inside so that you see only the back of the fist right here and it looks more enclosed. Or you could take that out and put it in this hand, and when you're at this angle, you see it like that, and here's what it looks like on the other side. So it's up to you to really decide. But these things are so cool. The only problem is if you have big grown-ass man hands, manipulating them is the tough part. Now, Windcharger or Nightcrawler, his guns, I don't know if they looked like this in the cartoon. These are they're almost identical to the guns he had on the Reveal the Shield Windcharger, where it had that clip-on system right there. And they were really meant to mimic his magnet hands. Like he had an ability, he had like a magnet power like, or magnetic power like Magneto, basically. He transformed his hands into something that looked similar to this, mostly without the clip-on part. And he could lift things up, of course, that are made out of metal, basically. Now let's go into their articulation. The head, as you can see, the head can rotate. And it can go all the way up, which is great because he has an ab crunch, an actual ab crunch that comes down 90 degrees, and he can see 90 degrees. If you want to be weird with it, maybe this is his robot mode instead. But of course the waist rotates. The arms are on a hinge that goes down. Let me lift his face back up. And lift all the way up to here. But you have a ball joint that can go out like that, so he can get into a T-pose and beyond. The ball joint, you do have to worry about, with as tight as these joints are and how small it is, you do have to worry about popping the arms off. You get a bicep swivel, elbow bends 90 degrees, nothing in the wrist. The legs kick basically all the way back, all the way forward, and like I like to show with ab crunch, you can basically kick completely up into the air. The legs are on ball joints as well. They go out to the side. There is a thigh rotation. There is a knee bend that basically is 90 degrees, but you can tilt the foot back to almost be like a secondary joint. And you do get ankle pivot right here. So depending on how you have them situated, you could say the foot can kick up and back like that. Now this stuff separates, it doesn't lock into place at all, but the joints are so tight you barely even notice. Of course this guy has the same stuff. Here's what they look like next to a New Age Carbot. I believe their scales are mostly consistent with their Carbots. Behind you is Magic Square. All of these except RC. RC is a New Age Carbot, but the rest of them are Magic Square. This is an undersized New Age Beachcomber right there, and that's Magic Square Frenzy. And there is a core class Bumblebee for that type of scale. So as you can see, they're very tiny. If you want these, you want them because of the novelty of their little tiny size, and because they basically scale with their Carbots if you've already been collecting them. I think they're really cool, but just the only thing that's not fun about them is no wrist rotation, and the just manipulating them is a little bit difficult because they're tiny. That's the main issue. And I did have to complain about him only coming with one gun, which is disappointing to me, but overall not a super duper deal breaker depending on where you buy these from. I would suggest Shozi. Shozi has usually the cheapest price. I don't know what the price is. You can Google that yourself. Reverse transformation. I'm going to remove the guns out of the hand. And I don't believe it has any type of gun storage whatsoever. The head, I am going to make it look up, rotate it, and flatten the back so his head is looking like that. This windshield, I'm going to lift that up and start rotating it. Now we can get at these arms. I'm going to rotate them this way basically, and this panel right here needs to be able to, I usually grab right here so that I can lift that up until it's flat. Now we rotate the hand up underneath or beside that flat panel thing. Now this needs to be rotated into that direction, because right here we need to rotate that in that direction and then flatten the bicep all over again. I'm going to leave it like that for now, but basically rotate the arm up so that the wheel can be right here on the same level as his chest. I'm going to grab right here so that we can get that going, and then open that up. Lift the hand up. Basically rotate this around so that the top of the car is on the same level as that. Rotate this, get this up, then we can squeeze that. Now we can start pushing this together. These waist panels, they're kind of hard to get at. I'm gonna try to get them going as best I can. But yeah, they're hard to get out of there. But push that up against there to match. Same deal over here. Get that out of there. And yeah, the legs. These things on the back need to come out in that direction, and make sure you leave this flared out. The wheel can come back out, and we can push this back that way. Same deal over here. Take this window and flare that out. Open the wheel up, bring this down like that. Now we can rotate the waist. And basically these two hinges, the one that's right there and the one on the right here, we can start accordion that up into this direction. Same deal, accordion that up. Now we can close this together. Push the bumper up. Line everything up and basically shut the window. Basically squeeze everything till it's looking like this. That rear is always up, which I think is a cartoon accurate thing, and something they went into extra detail as far as the original toy. Basically it's all looking like this. As long as it can roll, you're good to go. Do the same thing with Mimic / Wasp and you're good. Thank you again, Matt Partsformer, for letting me hold these. You can check them out again on TM Reviews because I'm going to be sending them to him. But stay tuned, loyal viewers, for a message that I have. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching. You may have noticed that I have a audio issue where things seem very, very quiet. I have people living with me currently, like a couple of which I can't control. They're going to be loud. There's going to be noise. So what I discovered on my new phone is that I have omnidirectional audio recording. And if I set it directly to record in the front, or towards my direction, I should say, it can mostly drown out everything, and all you mostly hear is my voice. But if I just leave it on the regular, and let me see if I have control over it right now. If I bring it back down to the regular omnidirectional, you should hear, it should be louder, and you should be hearing way more things in the background. So it's a good thing that it can record mostly my voice, but unfortunately it records it at like 50 or 40% volume. So when I do my editing, I normally raise the volume from 100 to 200 so it can just be loud and you wouldn't have to worry about the volume. You could just decide, hey, do I want it loud or do I want it as a medium level? Because when I was recording before, you didn't have that option. But now when I raise it to 200, the volume is really at either somewhere between 80 and 100% instead of that 200. So I have a choice to make. Do I edit all this, let it render for like 20, 30 minutes? And then when it's done, render it again at a higher volume. So it's like, ugh. But anyhow, that's the problem I'm going through right now. Well, let me bring it back down to here. It should be quiet again, and you should mostly only hear my voice. Bear with me. I'll figure something out.
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos. Click those videos, baby. Click the videos. You really should click those videos. Click the